Hello, welcome to another issue of Backlogged. I got camera and a light for once, so I'm not the only guy with who's this like the potato logo. I actually have an actual camera. Um,
Which I designed that logo. Could you show it for us real quick,
no,
Robert?
I am. We're
Oh,
rolling. We're continuing on. Backlogged. We're going to do like a monthly recap esque episode since this is episode full. Um, kind of just gathering all the stuff that we've seen over the month. And
backlogged 1 month later.
since it's also
Suavemente.
kind of actually a quarter way of the year already, we have a bunch of films that we've seen in theaters this year on our tier
Yeah.
list. Let me get that open for you real quick.
Which this tier list will be updated
Every quarter,
3 months.
every quarter, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got see here. It's what mine looks like here. See, I'm the only guy who knows how to do this properly. So I've got my top film of the year is Novocaine. I have it kind of sorted out in a very well. It's in order on in the tier list. So Novocaine, Warfare, Dark Knight, and The Mummy were all. I know the Dark Knight and The Mummy's cheating because those are older films, but I saw them in the
Both
theater.
Dark Knights. We did watch both Dark Knights. The Dark Knight Rises and the Dark Knight.
I have mine in the I have it slightly different. It's not like letter grading. It's I really enjoyed it and I boasted about it nonstop, like at work with my coworkers, which I have traumatized my coworkers. Whenever I mention like Until Dawn, they start shaking and start like, you know what, you're not even gonna stop this fan again.
That moment in the Teen Titans show when Cyborg and Robin are arguing. That is literally like, and all the Teen Titans are like really tiny and watching the argument, and they're like shaking their boots. Friend, that's Robert's coworkers.
Absolutely,
No.
absolutely. Coming down that second category, I'm pretty generous with how I rate these films. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a film pro, unlike Lalo. Um,
I am never gonna outlive
no,
that.
you can't. You can't beat
that
the
label.
accusations. No, you can't. We got Death of the
There's no way
Unicorn,
to deny.
which is honestly it almost made it into the boast about nonstop. It's just that it was just I had to hold back slightly on it. I don't know why. It's just
Really interesting how similar, but how different ours are.
and then I have Thunderbolts again, a really great film. Like it is great, but I know it might. I don't know if it's the consistency or if it's an outlier to the rule. That's why it's kind of where it's at. Revenge of the Sith again. It's just a really solid film. I enjoyed watching it. That's what this category here is for. Is that I enjoyed watching it, and it wasn't. It was actually something to talk about. It wasn't just the worst film ever. I've got I've got the Accountant 2. I know Lalo's gonna be pissed with how the Accountant 2 and the Soulful is higher than Sinners.
Wait, you've seen
Fine,
Revenge of the
we're,
Sith
we're gonna
before,
we're
right?
gonna talk about that later on.
Fine.
We're gonna talk about that because I am genuinely like curious about your logic there.
I enjoyed the Accountant 2 a lot more watching it in the film. Watching it in the theater, I enjoyed it more because me and Lalo act the same way as Christian and Braxton. It's not even funny. Then I got the
Unfortunately, yeah.
Then I got the Soulful, which is honestly just one of those films is really fucking trippy and just like
Gents,
I don't think I could enjoy it without watching it in the theater. Like if I watched this on streaming, I would have been like, okay, that was a film. I would have put in not the most or not offensive to my time. But since I saw it
gaslighting.
since I saw it in
God.
the theater with that theater vibe to it, it makes more sense. Sinners again,
So
I
basically,
love the film. I can do with that first act of dialogue. Very dialogue heavy front.
But that was the
Good thing it's
We're
my
gonna-
tier list,
no.
not yours, and they're not creating a group one.
Yep.
And then the Dark Knight Rises. Honestly, I just enjoyed making fun of that film, like the grumpy old men from the Muppets. That's why.
Oh.
We had so much fun watching that movie. Um,
That movie was funny watching it in theaters.
I have the Minecraft movie where it's at because I was like, you can ask Lalo. I was saying it was gonna be the worst film. I was genuinely thinking it was not gonna be good. I walked out with actually being surprised of it being halfway decent. That's why this category exists. It The reason why I really said this category exists is because of Borderlands. Borderlands was just a straight up offense of my time, and that's what Minecraft
An
movie
actual waste.
wasn't. So,
Not a
Yeah,
fan
Minecraft.
at the time.
I have
um,
opinions, so I'm ready to hear mine when I get there.
so then going from there, this is where a lot of it was going to really come really hot take. Like, um, I got Captain America: Brave New World. I when I was talking about the exception with the Thunderbolts, this is what I was meaning. It it did not the it didn't feel the like they were produced by the same company. Thunderbolts had a lot more heart put into it. Brave New World was just kind of just we gotta push the MCU forward a little bit.
I I
Like it
I beg
wasn't
to differ, but okay.
it wasn't a bad film. I can't say, oh man, this movie fucking sucks. It was just I was indifferent to it. It was just there.
Well, it's not. Yeah,
Mickey
Yeah, it's not like old
17,
Marvel.
Mickey 17, the only saving
that's
grace.
where I'm.
Although, like I said, I saw this film in a really stressful, really bad week for me, and I was hoping that the ones like, because I use this as like my de-stress rule before the end of my work week, because we see these movies on Thursdays. That means I just gotta make it through Friday, and I'm on my next day off. So this movie keeps me going to the end of the week, and it wasn't one of those films I was betting a week on, especially working. I think I saw this one on a 40. I, I was working in an overtime type of week. I got out of the third. I got into the third. I'm like, it's gonna be one of those films where I can't turn off my brain. And then Until Dawn
God
was,
forbid a girl has a girl has hobbies.
and then Until Dawn gets its own fucking category because it is the worst
Because
film
the worst.
I have ever seen. And I thought Terror was bad. I literally banned my ex girlfriend from making any of the film decisions of what we see after she chose Terror.
Dang,
It was worse than that film by a
It wasn't a
country mile.
long ban.
By
it was
by
worse than that. That's
a
crazy.
country mile. I literally wanted to walk out. I almost walked out. I've explained this in the
Wow.
last episode of Backlogged. Go watch that. It was bad. It was just straight
It was
up
bad.
bad. All right, Lalo, let's look at what you got for your whatchamacallit here.
All right. So
Oh yeah. So guys, look.
as a
Oh, what the fuck did I do? Look. It's
Oh
our
no.
it's our outline. Look. It's our outline. I have the screen show on right now. That's why.
wait, how come I don't see Jen's? Was
Well,
mine not updated?
don't worry about that. That he sent. You need to put that somewhere in the document if you can, because
Yes, please. I want to share my thoughts.
I'm not showing on Discord chat.
Valid.
Damn it. Okay. So I thought I've been thinking, if I've been thinking for the last couple of weeks of how to do this because I didn't want to come out as a pretentious douchebag, and I also didn't want to just look like a moron.
Lalo,
I can do that well on my own.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut
I was
up.
gonna say that.
For the first one, the S tier, I wanted to put I put Warfare as the best movie we've seen so far.
My man, you just said starting off with an F2.
Fine. Let's talk about fucking goddamn Until Dawn. Until Dawn was the worst piece of media I have experienced this year.
And that's saying a lot. He watched a
And
lot of shit.
that's saying a lot. I watched the Belko experiment just for shits and giggles.
What was that one about?
The Belko experiment is a movie about a building
Okay.
that
No,
is running on a social experiment. I'm not having this tangent. Not indulging this.
no,
We're not
we're
Um,
in this
indulging
tangent.
I
No.
also read Sabrina the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina just for the fun of it. So like, and I can tell you,
Until
Until
Dawn.
Dawn was the worst thing.
That
Was the worst thing I get.
that
It
was
was
a,
the worst piece of media I experienced this year.
and the ball was so low. It was literally a tripping hazard that Satan has had several people trip over.
Satan has placed the bar is so low. Satan has placed complaints of management about fixing it, and no one has done it.
Like, you know the saying, Lala likes to say, the ball is so low, it's a tripping hazard in hell. No, it's no longer a hazard. It's a straight up threat. I don't know if there's.
I
There's no way.
don't
in
have
hell.
anything for the D. I don't have anything for the D tier. That's how bad Until Dawn is. I don't have anything on the D tier.
See,
Nothing
That's
has
weird.
gone lower than a D.
That's my big thing with how mine is. I don't have a DTO technically. I have mine off of like how like school education grading systems. So
So
a
I'm gonna go from that. I only have Minecraft on the C. And that's because
it's fail. I'll
it's
give
fun
you that.
watching it.
It's fun.
I like watching Minecraft. It was fun film.
Though I cannot see.
The minute my brother was quoting this movie for a week and a half after he watched it, that's why I placed it so low.
I am glad that at least someone had a fun movie experience that night we saw all those films.
We did. We watched Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah, that's kind of cheating though. We saw 2 films that night. They saw 1.
We did. They saw one.
So out of
Next,
everyone, it was
above Minecraft, I'm placing on the B tier, bottom B. I'm placing Brave New World because yeah, I do understand some of the complaints. I enjoyed it a lot. I love seeing Sam Wilson as Captain America. Ever
Yeah.
since a couple of years ago, he played in Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I enjoyed that a lot.
actually it's the Falcon
Uh,
and the Soldier.
Actually, they changed the name at the same time at the very end of the show. So if we're gonna call them the New Avengers, we gotta call it Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Actually, though, it's still broadcasted as the Falcon and the Soldier.
So are the Thunderbolts.
No, they changed the marketing
That's-
material for it.
They changed the marketing for Falcon and the Captain America and the Winter Soldier as well.
Nuh-uh.
Anyway, I enjoy watching Captain America and the Winter Soldier. I enjoy watch Captain America: Brave New World. Even though yes, it is an Avengers, a Hulk film, a secret Hulk film.
It really is. I hate
Secret.
that fact.
It's more like
I
a
hate-
secret war of Hulk.
I hate the fact they keep on giving Captain America Hulk villains. It's like, I get you can't have the rights to the Hulk, but why?
It is what it is, man. What do you want? If the CW got to get away with it for 7 to 10 years with Arrow and Flash, making them Batman and Superman, how come they can't get away with? How come the MCU can't get away with it?
Because Captain America. Oh yeah, that's right. They wasted all the Captain America villains on shitty plot points from a decade ago.
Valid.
Anyway,
Baron von Strucker as
a little
Almost
bit, a little
as
bit over, a little bit over on a high B. I placed the Dark Knight Rises. It's not a new film. We watched it because we really wanted to watch The Dark Knight Rises, and we had a free day, both of us. Well, he had a free day. I didn't. I went speeding from work.
for a movie that started about 3 hours after he gets off of work.
Yeah.
That's boy math if I've ever seen it.
Oh no. I had to pick up everyone else and then speed off of speed off
Doesn't matter.
on a high A, the lowest of the A's is the Dark Knight, the original Dark Knight. I had an issue watching the Dark Knight in theaters, and the issue in reality is
He can't
it
turn
it
off
doesn't
his
age
naughty brain. That's what it is. You can't
it
turn off your
doesn't
naughty ass
age
brain.
well. It doesn't age well as an adult. I feel like this movie was so much faster when I was a kid. I feel like a lot of the things in the movie were a lot faster when I was a kid.
Yeah, we had no perception of time, so I was like, oh man, this is going by really fast.
And then we were rewatching it. We were like, the rose tinted glasses are hard
No, our
on our
dumbasses,
faces.
misremembered a scene completely and placed it in a different movie. We were watching. If you go back to episode 2, I do believe we were talking about how we remember the bat cycle being much faster. After watching The Dark Knight Rises, we took that bat cycle scene and slapped it into The Dark Knight. That's what happened. Circling back to it, that's exactly what happened.
Then The Mummy. Watching The Mummy was fun.
We'll get
I
into
had
the
never
details.
actually seen.
We'll get into the details about that later on in the episode.
Yeah. But I've never seen it. This was the first time watching it in English for me,
I remember that.
which was really cool.
I remember the first word that was spoken, you shot back like you just got rocked by a fucking grenade. And like, it's in English? I'm like, yeah,
I've
it's
never
in
seen
English.
it in English.
Like, what
None
the
of the
fuck
none
you
of the
think?
mummy none of the Mummy films I've seen him in English. That was the first time I've seen that movie, one of those movies in English.
And now we're starting to slowly see the discrepancies between yours and my your chill lists.
Yeah, right above the Mummy, the accountant. Now the accountant. I guess because I watched the first one hours before
Actually, if you
watching
think
the
about-
second one. I
this
watched
is-
them back to back.
This is almost
Dang.
this is actually a point where we
You
both
marathon.
actually line up to like down to a T. It's the fourth film in the A2. If you look at mine, look at yours.
Yeah, you're right. That's funny.
It's the fourth film. Then Mickey 17, because once again,
Oh shit.
I enjoyed this movie. I really like thought-provoking films, and this being like Avatar, but with like it's a weird version of Avatar. The weird premise of Avatar, where we're questioning why we do what we do.
And who would you choose?
Is life meaningless?
Yes.
And who do you do? Who are you doing? And what would you be willing to do to stand up for your values? That was something that I really enjoyed about Mickey 17. And that's all I had to say.
I wanted a comedy. It wasn't a comedy.
Robert wanted a comedy. Lalo was open to anything.
Lalo forgets that he goes insane at work and wants to laugh eventually.
After above Mickey 17, I put Death of a Unicorn because that movie was fun. That movie was actually really good, and I enjoyed the fact that we were questioning whether how our medicine is actually being produced.
It's what Mickey 17
Something
should have
very
been.
topical.
It's what Mickey 17 should have been. It's pretty much just Mickey 17 with the unicorn skin on it. It's like the equivalent of like seeing in like in Fortnite or Call of Duty, right? You know, harder in Warzone, right? And then you see like some guy in a pink pony club dress or something come prancing through the. That's pretty much what this was. It raises like the same moles. Like, is this okay that we do this? It asks the same question as Mickey 17, but I think Death of Unicorn handles it much better.
But Mickey 17 also deals with the whole clone aspect of it.
Yeah,
It's more about
which isn't much of a real problem.
it's more about whether
Not yet,
we
at
are
least.
whether our morality of our what our humanity means to us. What does it mean to be human, and when does life end, and when does life begin?
Lalo, I have a film for you. It's called Blade Runner. Asks the same
Valid.
question. And
Dude,
it's
fucking
miles better.
Blade Runners.
You brought Blade Runner into the conversation. That's the film people should see if they want that question. Terminator.
Anyway, over that, I
Well,
put
here's the other thing. How is it? How is it compared to Edge of Tomorrow? It seems like people compared them a lot because they're both about like someone resetting.
not
That's
even
the new
recent.
one.
You're being cloned.
Well, yeah, but
That's
like
a
it's
new
in the
one. That's
concept,
that's genuinely a new one. No, no, because Age of Tomorrow is about time travel, like weird ass
True.
time travel.
Yeah, both are funky, I guess.
Actually,
in
It's
some
live.
way.
very much
Actually, it's live, die, repeat, isn't it? If you want to get technical.
it's fucking time travel. Call it whatever you want. Call it what you want. It's goddamn time travel.
I'm talking about the name of the title. I'm being one of those smart asses again.
Oh no! It is called Edge of Tomorrow.
I thought I could have sworn it was live, die, repeat.
Nope. Same marketing device as Thunderbolts.
Well-
Same marketing device as Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Well, no, but that's the DVD release is called Live, Die, Repeat, not.
Does it? I always remember being called Edge of Tomorrow.
Well, because that's what everyone was. If you fuck.
It's also
Yeah.
because that's in Spanish. That's the title.
Look.
Al filo de mañana.
Look. See, Live, Die, Repeat.
Huh.
See, there's also some marketing with Edge of Tomorrow on though. I think that's the IMAX 3D trailer.
Yeah, I've always
Okay.
remembered being called Al filo del mañana, which means Edge of Tomorrow.
But the Amazon listing has it listed as. Let me see who.
I think the Edge of Tomorrow is a better title.
It is Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow.
Wait,
God
really?
damn.
Its title is Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow? I thought it was just Edge of
That's a
Tomorrow.
long ass name. Why would you call it that?
Because
know.
I
don't?
don't know.
That's a long ass. You don't use a long name.
moving
unless
on.
You want me to? You don't know this.
Moving on.
The Surfer. The levels of gaslighting being done in this movie is enough for you to question your own sanity.
Did you ever watch?
Did you ever watch
that Burt Lancaster film I told you to watch, Lalo?
I don't think I did.
You slut. It's a really good film. It's kind of in the same vein. I'll talk about it later in the entertainment, but it's a good film. I recommend you watch it.
I was just thinking because I remember like watching this movie being like, what the fuck? Why are we doing this to this man? Why are we treating him like this?
It's a very much a Nicolas Cage film.
Okay. Then we get into the S shit. The good shit.
Peak cinema, as some might say.
Episode 3 of Star Wars, The Revenge of the
Peak
Sith.
cinema.
That
is peak.
was
I saw
watching that in theaters.
I saw too much pain. I couldn't rate it higher than I rated it. I'm sorry. That was just I saw myself too much in Anakin.
Ooh.
That's also
Watching
same
episode
thing
3.
for John Walker. That was also very traumatic. Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
Oh, gosh.
Watching episode 3 in theaters was just the biggest treat I have ever gotten.
Aren't you happy you have a friend that treats you well and takes you to that cool shit and buys the tickets without even asking?
Then Novocaine. To this day, like it's been what, 3 months, 4 months?
We saw that film at the top of March.
It's been a month and a half,
Yeah.
and I still love that movie. I want to rewatch that film in Christmas.
I just enjoyed the originality behind it. It wasn't just like oh, I can see this plot element. I mean, I call the plot twist, but it's just an easy plot twist that anyone could call it. But like it
got me though. It got me.
It had a unique gimmick behind it that not a lot of films tend to play with. And
It was what did I call it at the time? I'd call it something.
It was probably something involving Die Hard, I would imagine.
It was Die Hard, but with a gimmick, with a really good gimmick.
Yes, the gimmick is what sold me.
Um,
I also
Sometimes all it
like
takes is a gimmick.
to randomly fidget with things, so if you see that, that's what it is. This, I don't know why I keep this on my desk. Lots of trauma.
After
That's a
Novocaine,
problem.
I put Sinners.
Again,
Just
I can see why. I just
the
don't like
originality of it. I
it,
really like the
that.
originality of Sinners. I really like the music of the story. I'm a big sucker for dialogue
That's why he
and
loves Quentin
exposition, and I like
Tarantino.
to know the character.
This is
And
why
I
Music is
love
trash.
to. I know that I love to watch to get to know my characters that I'm dealing with. Um, it reminded me a lot to watching like random Tarantino movies on middle school during my middle school days.
like I see. I'm not
Originality.
knocking your choice. If I liked dialogue heavy films, I would have put it higher. But I just
You watch the film for the film part, not the dialogue.
I thought okay. In my defense,
So dialogue need a book.
I didn't know who was directing it. Had Lala been a
And then I
good
told
friend,
him it's Ryan Coogler, and then Robert's like, god damn
no,
it.
no, I was like, oh no, that makes sense and why it's so damn dialogue heavy.
I'm
Right.
watching Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh god, don't even get me started.
Original Black Panther.
The again, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, good film, really dialogue heavy. I got off of an 8-hour shift and a midday shift, so I was tired. I don't know
It's a
how.
very political heavy film.
I don't know how I made it through that film. I'm not gonna lie. I almost passed out like Lolo did in the
Um,
Marvels, but that's neither nor though.
I had already I crashed. My
I'm
sugar crashed.
joking. Calm down.
I know you are. You're a piece of shit. Um,
But yet you wouldn't trade me for
Last-
any other friend, would you, Pookie Bill?
never, Robert. Um, next I got the Thunderbolts. I just really liked it. I got nothing. I am a Marvel shill.
No, you don't
slap
say.
You slap the Mar. I'm wearing a Superman T-shirt right now, Robert.
Does the S stand for hope?
It does. Hope is like a waving river. I am gonna wear this T-shirt when we talk about Superman.
I am hanging myself just thinking
Stands
about
for
that.
super.
Suicide is never the answer. Seek help if you need it.
The Thunderbolts just and talking about it. The Thunderbolts was really good about talking about the apps, like the need of health, like keeping yourself healthy mentally and physically. Just watching the Thunderbolts was very much a cathartic moment for me, to the point where I was just watching the movie and I heard sniffing and crying on my right, and I was in my when I was hearing that, I was like, oh, Robert, don't make me cry too. You're gonna make me cry. I'm gonna cry because of you. And I could feel it coming. I could feel like myself just building up so much feeling, and then about to burst into crying.
It's gonna be one of those
And
films I
that-
hope to rewatch. I'm not gonna lie.
It's gonna be one of those films that I really want to buy on Blu-ray. And I said that about Mickey 17, and it's finally came out on Blu-ray.
So
and I'm
is Brave New
finally
World.
gonna go buy it.
So is Brave New World. Both
Brave New
out.
World's out in theaters?
No, it's out on DVD.
Out in Blu-ray?
Yeah.
Marvel, you gotta get your shit together. You two, Disney, get your shit together when it comes to your physical media releases, please.
Bro, Disney has to get a lot of stuff together. I gotta say. That's not the
Disney,
top of the list.
that is the bottom of their priorities right now.
Yeah.
That's why you put it at the bottom, so you could work your way up. Because let me tell you, that Blu-ray release of Doctor Who, it pissed me off that I could not get it on like a year after the episodes came out. And finally, for the top of my list so far, the best movie that we've seen is gotta go to Warfare. God, Warfare was so good. And it kills me that Robert got late to it.
I
Because
showed up. I showed up the moment I needed to show up, though. Am I
You showed
wrong?
up at the moment I needed. You showed up when the action started, and you didn't get to see the call on me scene.
I didn't get to get lured into this false sense of security of them being happy. No, it was just straight up. Oops, there you go.
Robert just came
I-
in
I
for a call. Ba, 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 ba.
I literally walked into. I got into my seat, and then the grenade scene started happening.
The grenade started.
I
The grenade
literally
launched.
got
That's when the
right
timer
there.
like that's
Right-
when the whole like time of the movie starts like there's no cuts. Like and by that I mean like there's no time skips or nothing. It's just
it's in real
action.
time.
It's just packed action from the moment the grenade hits, and that's when it freaked me out. But yeah, I gotta say it's the best movie we've seen this year so far. So far, I'm
Alrighty,
still got high hopes for Superman and Fantastic Four. That's about it. I don't know anything else that's coming out.
alright, well, Jens.
Yes.
Jens, your shenanigans. I wanna see it.
Please show me mine. Yes.
Alrighty, we're gonna make this one quick, guys, because we still got like we've only spent a half hour talking about all of our movies, and we still have like an entire episode
It's
to
a lot of
record.
movies, so.
Alrighty,
It is a wrap up week.
yes.
True. It's a lot of movies.
Jens actually did almost the same thing I did.
Yes.
I'm looking at your screen.
It was only mildly affected by Lalo. The only thing that affected mine, I believe, was what was it? Was it Mickey 7? No, not Mickey 17. Was it? No, it was the Dawn one. That Dawn one at the end, or Until Dawn.
Dawn. Yeah.
He said it was
Why,
trash, so I
why
believe
is
you.
the
because-
mummy so low?
Why is the mummy so low? What the hell is your problem?
Bro, I didn't know what it was. I couldn't see the text, so I just went off the picture.
You could have asked us. You sat in the
You could
car.
have
like,
asked. You were in the call when you were
Nah.
doing this.
Too much work, man.
Actually, yeah, no, it's a
Let's
fair
not
point.
go over it.
No,
Just
no, it's
put
a
it
fair,
like that.
It's a fair point. This man
No,
took an
Let me explain.
No. You seen what 3 films on this list?
Yeah, well, let me explain those 3 films, and also like a couple seconds, like a couple seconds. Okay, Minecraft movie. Our homies literally pulled up with duct tape Minecraft swords and duct tape Iron helmet, and like she screamed chicken jockey in an empty theater at it. So it was great. It was not because
At
the
least
movie was
someone had a good
Napoleon.
experience.
Wait, and also it's the guy who made Napoleon Dynamite, so you have to appreciate that, even though it's a trash movie.
That's a good point.
That's a fair point. That's the fairest of points.
And like, I feel like for some reason I lied to myself and made myself believe that there were a lot more epic quotes than there actually were. Because when I looked them up, there's none. But I remember having so many. Like, yeah, no.
That's
The
about
those are
it.
dumb
devil.
ones. But the good ones, I forget. They're like offhand ones that no one notices, but they're actually cracked. And then episode 3, of course, it's because it's the best of the prequels, and it's a meme, and also it's so ironic that it's actually really good. You know what I mean? And The Dark Knight. Here's the thing, actually. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Batman Begins I kind of liked more than The Dark Knight. Hot take, but The Dark Knight you can't diss it because Joker. Because Joker, he like put everything for that role. You know what I mean?
Listen,
I would
I
argue,
love your one. I
would-
love your one just like anybody else. But dog,
I would
what?
argue Batman Begins has the worst has the pacing issues exemplified in it. I cannot
It does
watch
have
Yeah,
very
that.
because it's
I have-
Christopher Nolan.
I have like I love Nolan. Again, we've gone on this fan again last episode. It's such
Watch
a
it. Go watch it.
badly paced movie.
True, and I think number 3 is pretty badly paced too. But I don't know why. I
No,
remember
Number
that-
3 is just funny.
Number
Here's the
3,
thing about number 2.
number 3
it
just gets the
treats itself-
gas.
That's true. And number 2 just kind of treats itself super seriously, which is valid. But at the same time, sometimes it makes me kind of want to laugh that like Batman's like, "Where is she?" Like he's like so he has this silly voice, you know.
That's actually one of my favorite scenes from that movie. So,
Oh, oof. But no, I respect it. It's just a silly voice sometimes. Like if you hear him just go,
well, yeah,
"Ah."
Christian Bale can't do a Batman voice.
Rachel!
That's kind of the issue that I'm. Rachel.
Where is she?
Like,
I think Pattinson had the best. Either Pattinson or Ben Affleck had the
See,
best Batman voice.
I've got to
Probably
go.
Michael Keaton.
I've got to
the
go.
movie's flawless,
I've got to go.
except for the obvious flaws. But they're not big
Batfleck.
deals.
I've got to go with Batfleck.
Batfleck, really?
Hold on, I'm trying to make it like I'm trying.
Trying to make me snap out of it. Snap.
No, I'm just making fun of your like hand coming out of the camera. I was trying to like leak it up. Like we.
I'm leaning against my wall. I need to stop leaning into things because it gets bad. I
Um,
fell at work for it yet because of it yesterday.
That seems right for shenanigans. But I straight up just can't watch Batman Begins because that was actually when I found out that they were doing the Dark Knight. Guess what film that week was? We could have seen it. We could have also watched Batman Begins. But I decided not to. I did not want to watch Batman Begins sitting in a theater.
Wait, we could have watched Batman Begins?
Yes.
God damn it! We could have watched the whole trilogy.
But
You're
but
telling me
would
this
you-
now?
Would you ever wanted to sit through that film
God
in
no.
stadium seats?
God
Like
no.
if it was AMC, yes, sign me up. But Hawkins,
Yes.
eh,
God no.
it was hard
God,
justifying
no.
The Dark Knight. Alrighty,
Yeah.
moving on.
At least with the Mummy, I had the
Let me see-
most.
let me tell you
I had
everything
the
else.
most fun with the Mummy
Okay, I
than I
have
had
seen
with all those three.
I've seen
This
Captain
is-
America:
this
Brave New
confused
World
me.
because so I was flying home somewhere and I just saw I like watched it over someone's shoulder. So I don't even know if I saw the text for it. I enjoyed it though. It was great. From what I
Honestly,
Over
saw.
someone's shoulder, the way it was intended to be
Yes.
on a plane over someone's
What
shoulder.
was this? Ford Francis Coppola's Megalopolis. You get,
It was great, yeah.
have you heard about all that jazz?
Yeah,
What happened
no,
with
Well, Francis Ford Coppola pulled it from streaming services, right? Because he's going on tour with it. So he put a Kevin Smith, right?
Okay, valid.
Well,
God, I fucking listen.
apparently
I will complain about this later.
the only way you can get it's either watch it on traveling tour with Francis Ford Coppola or in-flight entertainment to like United
Bruh.
Airlines. Those are the two ways you can watch Megalopolis.
You book a flight purely just to do that.
Because it
would be-
never
that's so funny.
because it never got a physical release.
The most expensive theater, the most expensive viewing experience.
The flying theater, the airborne theater.
That's how
They
I
should make
watched
those, though.
Scream 6. Scream 5. That's how I watched Scream 5.
That's all of what you have, correct, Jens? That's all you've seen.
The ones I've seen, but when it comes to other things, seems cool. It seems cool.
Yeah, he based
everything's
upon
that-
this upon vibes and what he has heard.
He
from
based
us.
it upon me telling him, "Oh, that one was a good movie. Oh, that one's alright. That one's
You
you
rigged
need to
the
watch that
vote?
one." I rigged the vote. Call me Trump, motherfucker.
Yeah, he did say Mickey 17 was good, and Novocaine seems cool, and Sinners, of course.
Sinners. You need to. I really want you to watch Sinners.
And you guys mentioned how you really liked whatever it's called. It's like the Bad Batch, but instead it's Marvel.
The Bad Batch. Thunderbolts, dude.
Yeah, Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Same thing.
How no
New
it's
Avengers.
not. When I've been getting into that one.
Yeah, that one seemed like it was pretty good. So
Okay.
So we're doing this segment to increase Jens' participation, and he's not just goofing around. We actually did
Okay.
this. This is how we kind of kept in touch week by week. I think it was last year, right? It was beginning of 2024. Why are we doing this?
because we can.
They started doing it, and I wanted to be part of it. I wanted
So,
to be
we
a
will all
part of
t-
something, Robert.
This was Jens' idea to kind of keep us in touch with each other, because he's in a different state than us. We don't see him that much, so if we didn't have this, we probably would have forgotten.
We
that
can
he
count
existed.
on in our hand how many times we've seen him like physically this year.
Yeah, once.
One hand, one finger.
Once.
Foreign relations, right, Lalo?
Foreign relations. Exactly. Literal foreign relations.
Yeah. So since you said, you know what, we usually don't have the best track record on doing it anymore, so I was like,
No.
why don't we just do it during the podcast? So Jens,
No,
we're not,
Don't play any music. Don't
Yeah.
play any actual songs.
don't play the music. Just
No,
tell us
'cause
the
we're gonna get-
song.
we'll-
Yes, correct.
we'll lose our.
Correct.
Show us the song.
No, don't
Tell us the song.
tell us.
What's
Oh,
the song?
tell-
With
What's
the
your
voice.
song of the week,
With the
dummy?
beautiful voice.
Oh! If this is the first one, can I choose the whole album?
My God.
No, okay, I'll choose a
You
song
lost,
from
the, you lost the premise of the prompt.
It was your old section. How did
You had
mess it
one
up?
job. How did you mess up this badly?
I'm joking.
It
I'll
is
choose one
Jens.
song.
That is Jens for you, though.
Yeah, I feel like I've been getting slowly into a more of an R&B kind of kick, neo soul kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is a little bit. Not gonna lie, coming from you
whitest-
especially.
The whitest man.
The
The
know.
whitest motherfucker in.
I know. Isn't it weird? It's because it's got them jazz chords and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, you know.
I'll
got that soul.
tap you into Jorge.
You
Wait,
like jazz?
Yeah. You like jazz.
jazz.
So it started because
Like
I don't know.
Monster
You like
Frame.
jazz?
I somehow saw something about Daniel Caesar, and I was like, okay, I'll listen to it. And it was his Freudian album, and I liked all the songs. But since I have to choose one, frick, I'll say Transform is a good one. It's just about like it's deep though. It's about like if we can as people can change from our instincts of who we are. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
deep,
if we're
bro. Trust
capable.
me.
Yeah, it's deep. It's so deep.
It's so
Um,
deep. You wanna come over to my frat house and listen to it?
yeah, bro, it's crazy. Yeah,
Crazy.
Wanna hop on my
I was
I
crazy
was
once.
crazy once. He locked me in a room,
like we
a
were to
rubber
play Daniel
room.
Caesar all day. But yeah, it's a vibe of a song, so I recommend the artist and also that song. I don't know if it's his best one because a lot of them are very good, but I'll say that that's one that I've
I'm
enjoyed a
sorry,
lot.
Jens. I wasn't paying attention. What song was it?
It's called
I'm sorry.
it's called Transform by Daniel
Transform.
Caesar.
Got it.
I feel
Lalo.
like one that you like,
See,
Robert.
I was paying
I
attention.
don't know. I don't even know. I don't know which one you like. I feel like since you like your country stuff,
Lalo.
whatever this is.
What is
Yeah.
your song of the week?
Okay, so lately I've been for a couple of months I've been in a very, very dark emotional place. And what better way to get me out of it than Ed Sheeran, right?
Oh
So
God. I can't say
I
what I want to
chose
say.
I chose Old Phone by Ed Sheeran. It just came out a couple of weeks ago. He put it out. It's about embracing the past, but don't being attached to it.
Nice. What's it sound like? What's the vibe like of the song? Like, is it like what instruments? Is it
It's
more
very
guitar?
similar to I was thinking Eyes when I listened to it, it gave me a lot of vibe of Eyes Closed.
Eyes closed kind of
If you
vibe. I
remember
see.
Eyes Closed, that's kind of the vibe that I got from it.
Yeah,
So
I get
yeah,
that.
Ed Sheeran, Old Phone came out a couple of
Old
weeks
phone,
ago.
eyes closed. Oh, so it's new.
Yeah, came
Uh,
out. Yeah.
Mine is. I need to look at the exact title. Oh no, I know the title. Mine is "I Should Have Never Left Mexico" by Mark M. I don't know how to say his name. Um,
That's a funny name
The
for the title. Should
vibe,
never left
the
Mexico.
it
vibe. It
it's
do be like that though. I would have saved me a lot of heartbreak.
Lalo is the one. Lalo of all people would know. Should never left Mexico.
it's
That's
essentially
wild.
about a heartbroken cowboy recalling a time he made a. Its exact lyrical line is "I just made a Spanish angel cry." It's pretty much him
Ah,
leaving Mexico for America, I could presume, and the
do be
story
like that.
behind the heartbreak. Um, I haven't been to Mexico, so it's not like a literal interpretation for like my
Did you
heartbreak,
make a Spanish
but
angel cry?
there's
Nah,
been
she
a
was white
lot
as fuck.
there's been a lot of changes this
Valid.
past year that makes me kind of reflect on the past and what I would have had I have not left that my previous location, and now I'm on my new journey. And a lot of that still is going through my head and all that stuff, despite how long it's been, and it's almost been a year at this point. So, like, that's just still in my head. What could have been different, and that's why I choose I should have never left Mexico, because sometimes I feel like I should have never left my Mexico.
Dang,
Oh,
that's deep. Actually, I respect that.
I
I
like
just
That's
think I
oh,
should come. Mexico's over there, right for me. I could go. I can go back any day.
yeah. You can always yeah. It's like if you say I
But I've
should never
also
left,
worked too hard. I've also worked too hard to
well.
become
to
American.
actually
Yeah,
become
valid.
a U.S. citizen.
My big problem is that because of how things transpired after I left, I can't even go back to the same spot anymore because
Yeah.
Yeah,
not only that,
and sometimes it is.
but honestly, I like out up where I'm at now. It's not my area. I don't feel like I'm connected to the area I'm in. It's just that I'm there because it's a better opportunity for me, and I sometimes
Good
have that.
money.
Sometimes that is also why I feel with the song. It's like I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be downhill, in my side of the town, but I'm not. I'm completely far away from what I know and love.
Yeah. Dang. So that song hits some
Yeah.
deep stuff. Hey, that's the power of songs, man. Because they're so generalized. They can be
Well,
generalized to
music is
anything.
such a good. using music since the dark ages to express ourselves. So
Therapy, yeah.
yeah, I think it is very powerful that we can find a way to communicate that transcend. It's like me singing Camisa Negra in order to get shit out of my chest.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
they're very good at inducing emotions, which help us process.
All right. Since we
All right.
missed a week, we got now also catch up on 2 episodes of The Last of Us. Correct?
Yeah, I watched those two. Okay, so episode. Right now we're on episode 4, 4 or 3. I can't tell. I
Time
just
slips by.
know that it's getting real fast to the mid game point where and at this point they're confirming my theory. So I know exactly where they're gonna end the season. I
Oh,
know damn well where it's gonna end, and I am really excited how we're gonna get there. And last episode, called Fear Her Love. So I skipped over 2 episodes ago the day one, Seattle day one, which we're following that trend. Episode 5, and it started like that, like day 2, Seattle day 2, and I was like, oh, nice, we're doing this bit that is gonna hurt later. Thank you.
Is it holding?
thanks for the pain.
Legit, I was like, the catharsis I feel while playing The Last of Us Part 2, this episode was all that. Just pure, unadulterated rage.
Nice.
Leading to the end of the episode where we get to Ellie's interrogation scene, which is it was very fun to watch it. It's very fun to watch it all over again. And the fact that they are introducing new aspects already from the game. Okay, so I'm going to start this by saying when they announced the game and they said we wouldn't have spores, I was really mad. That is one of the main complaints I had from the first season. And I love the first season. But them saying we're not going to have spores, I was really mad. That was something that I enjoyed as a mechanic. I enjoyed a lot from the game. It is a thing that I like a lot. It is a storytelling device that we use a lot in the game. Of mask on, they put on the mask and they go underground and they're caught by like the spores.
Molly Booker said, "Yeah."
Watching some of the spores fill into the room for the first time in this episode, I was really happy.
So they lied.
Oh, so
That was
They
something.
lied to the audience, huh?
They lie.
Well, they
making
established it already.
I'm making
They
this up.
established it into the show. I know you are. They established it into the show. They established why they're doing it. It's a natural level. It's a natural course of the evolution of the infection. It
Oh,
first
kind
started
of.
with the tendrils. Now it's spores. So it was really cool, and the reason they did it is because it is very important for that interrogation scene in the game.
I haven't played the game, so I don't know what interrogation scene you're talking about.
In the when Ellie when Ellie is getting information where Dina is,
Okay.
they fall into a pit that is filled to the fucking brim of spores. The
Sounds like a
girl is
story.
the girl she is interrogating is clearly choking on spores, and Ellie is fine, is breathing it, just inhaling the shit out of the spores
She's like, this is tasty, bro. That's
because
really
she can't.
rejuvenating.
Because she's
Inhale
immune,
dong.
and then
What'd you say,
and
Robert?
that.
Inhale dong.
I heard that one in a while.
So them establishing it already and giving it a reason to be put into the narrative of the story was really fun for me. And
I
we
feel like the evolution's a
also
little fast. It's a little fast of the speed of evolution. They're like, oh yeah, casually they just like,
it's
you know.
been 25 years.
Now they have 4 legs, and they can moo as well. And
We
they
are
can go-
also like
Hey,
they also like
Jens.
evolved into stalkers real fast
Hey,
too.
hey, Jens, guess
Ah.
what? Guess what? It's a video
Chicken
game
butt?
and a piece of media,
It's a video
Oh.
game.
so it really doesn't fucking matter.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah,
I
you told me
really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed the last episode. and it's probably the one when I get the 4K, when I get it on 4K. That's the one I'm gonna watch the most.
Caught on 4K.
Film, bro.
I can't break the set. I already have season 1 on 4K.
You're a film pro.
Darn.
Let's admit it. You're a film pro.
I can't break the set. I have the entire season 1 in 4K. So like when the
You got
season
the
2
first
came,
season already, so you like
Only
films.
who only does an absolute, Lalo?
the Jedi, only a Sith.
The
Deals in
Jedi.
absolute.
Oh, you are definitely
The
a Sith
fuck, I'm definitely a Sith.
fan. Darth
No,
Lawless.
but
Makes sense.
I enjoy the first season. I'm enjoying this episode. I enjoyed this episode so much that when I watch it, when I rewatch it, it's gonna be rewatched on. It's that one, that episode that I'm gonna rewatch the most.
Are you ever gonna wear?
I do have a very
Is it gonna
the
wear
same
out the
case with
Blu-ray?
a huh?
Is it gonna wear out the Blu-ray?
Blu-rays don't get scratched. That's why I buy them.
Blu-rays don't get scratched? Oh, it's
I-
lasers. Freaking
I,
lasers.
I have made my first copy of the Avengers skip.
It's Blu-ray?
Mm-hmm. It was a long time ago.
Oh, well, yeah.
That could just be a scratch. That might not be from the playing, though.
Already,
The whole-
since we're also behind on Doctor Who,
No, I'm not. We're not behind on Doctor Who.
well, still, the recent episode.
Well, yeah, but this Doctor Who. What was that happening in this episode?
Dr. Ware?
It was
Doctor Ray?
the engine and the story and the engine. The story and the engine was the new episode. Yeah, nothing. I mean, yeah, we're getting real close to the mystery of why we can't go back to Earth. Why we simply or at least why we can't come back to the present. But it is very similar to. It reminds me a lot to the when the Bad Wolf was going around in original New Who, in 2005. In 2005, it reminds me to like the mystery of the Bad Wolf and what does it mean? What does the Bad Wolf mean?
He's the one that blew the
But-
house down, right?
That's the big Bad Wolf, Jens. No, in
Oh.
Doctor Who, the Bad Wolf is Rose Tyler sending herself messages through time and space.
Is it based off the Big Bad Wolf?
The name,
No.
yes, name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I got you.
sure.
It's a bit
Um,
stand up.
Oh no!
Hurry! I got you both.
Oh fuck. We trust Jens too
How
much.
did you lose
I
at
don't
your own
know.
game, Lalo? It's your game.
Because I love and trust Jens. It is my fatal flaw that I will fall for him.
Um,
Not like that. God damn it.
get back on track.
Is that a canon event? Is that a
Um,
canon event?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. But
I
the-
think you
this-
find you.
The storyteller in the end, the story in the engine is basically we are trapped in a barbershop, a barbershop of stories in Lagos, Nigeria.
It's not a little shop of
Barbershop.
clothes now, is it?
Like
It's not
the
a little
haircut
shop of horrors.
story?
It's a little shop of stories that
Oh,
feed.
barbershop.
Yeah, stories feed about the engine of the ship that we're in. So like we get to
Yeah.
see a lot of
Barbershop?
Where else would you get? Where else would you get stories?
A
People talk.
barbershop?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
good.
Barbershop.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah. Where would you get the most amount of stories? In a barbershop.
Maybe.
Because the
isn't that
barbershop-
gossip at a
The
coffee shop?
barbers know everything. They know it all, man.
That's
Never
odd.
trust your barber. They know it all.
Wouldn't it be? It's your cosmetologist, really. No, the dudes ain't
Never
talking.
trust-
too much.
never trust
Yeah,
your
the dudes ain't
bartender.
talking. The girls be talking. I know. I think
They do talk a lot.
I know. I know.
Back on the pain. But this story
Back
was
on the team.
the story in the engine was a very interesting way of seeing how much the Doctor has healed throughout his life, because we see him telling stories of himself, of just the rage and the fear and the anger that the Doctor has ever felt, especially after the Time War. And it's been a long time since the Time War. So it is very interesting to see him, how different he is. Because there's a moment, they recall back to Jens died.
My phone buzzed. The phone buzz knocked my camera over. What the frick?
They
I'll put it in.
recall.
Jen's
Anyway.
Jen's room review over here.
Vroom vroom. I'm here now.
So, yeah, it was a very good episode, and I really enjoyed it a lot. The story and the engine, was very good.
What is the engine? It's not, engine as
It was
in
a
not.
ship. It was a little ship that was fueled by stories.
Huh.
Okay, so not like the culturally insensitive term for a Native
So,
American.
and that's the thing. That's
What?
the whole thing of the. What the fuck?
Oh,
That's the whole thing.
No. What? You just say Jen's?
What did you just say? Go back on that.
I thought that it was some sort of cowboy tale about Native Americans. Just
Oh
use that.
no! It was literally like it was a spaceship that was fueled by stories. And who is better? Who has the best stories that can work as fuel than
Doctor
a time
Who.
traveler and the doctor? So like he was lured into the spaceship in order to tell stories.
Why not the nose?
And the doctor refuses immediately. Like that's the thing of it. Like no, I won't talk about my past because it's so painful to me.
Also, I promised Lalo that I'll eventually start watching this stuff. I just need to catch up.
The new
I-
Who?
Yeah, I haven't.
The
had
Disney
it-
Who? Disney Who?
I haven't had any time to. I watched that.
What episode are you on?
Halfway through the first episode.
Oh, okay. Miss Belinda Chandra.
You
Oh, I
mean-
love her. She's great.
You mean the person they kidnapped in the Mars Needs Bomb ass ray? It's just
Yeah.
straight up the same fucking like gimmick.
But it's also like if you watch later on the episode, it is a very cool commentary on how media is like how we perceive media and how we like it is very cool. I love
I'm gonna tell you this right now. That's gonna
Galaxy
get
Quest.
lost on me.
I know it is. Whoa, Disney Plus brightness.
Why are you
I
on
hope Disney
Disney
Plus-
Plus right now?
So I can watch the listing of the episode because it's been bothering me the
He's still
entire
walking
time that
right now.
I keep calling it something else that it's not. I know that I am. I got the episode is I got the wrong title of the episode. I
It
know
doesn't
it,
matter. It doesn't
and I'm
matter.
trying to prove myself right.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to you, but
Well,
Classic
the
story.
story. I was
underdog.
right. I was right. Fuck you. Let's go. I was right.
He's right.
what's this hostility, man? We're on the same team here. We're on the same team.
I know. But I was. It was more a fuck you to myself.
Oh, I see.
Kinky.
That's
Oh,
valid.
fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck Lalo. He sucks.
He does suck. You know, why would anyone give him a job in running a podcast? He's the worst commentator ever.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
No, really. So
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
Sarcasm.
I mean, no, you are. Love you.
So circling to the end of our usual segments, comic books and entertainment. So we're gonna start off with
What have I read?
the official end of our gauntlet. We only saw
Gauntlet.
we only saw one film last week. We didn't go too insane. It gets to the point where trying to see multiple films a week, like as a group, it gets really fucking draining. With how
Valid.
busy our
really-
lives get between this podcast, work, watching the movies.
And our secondary podcast service position, which is we still have to record.
Yeah, because someone keeps on putting it off.
I got lost in the book is confusing. Okay.
Mind you, we were supposed to
Lost.
record this like a week ago. That was supposed to be recorded on the editing floor at this point.
Maybe.
The book is confusing.
Lalo,
Yes.
you look at a
That's fact.
pencil and you get confused.
That's not true. I read 4 volumes of
We're not-
Invincible.
We're not.
Why is it-
That's why
Oh, it's
Secret
one.
Wars hasn't done yet now, isn't it? Oh yeah, spoiler guys, we're covering Secret Wars whenever that comes out.
Whoa! Censor that quick.
No,
No,
that's too
fuck
much
it.
work.
What for?
But we're not going to
True.
get any viewers anyways.
Damn.
But the film we did see, as we alluded to earlier, is The Mummy, and
The Mummy.
The mummy.
and honestly, I'm really surprised that my parents let me watch that film, because it's not necessarily dark and twisted, but it's dark
What
and twisted.
happens?
It's
It's
quite
not dark
graphic.
but it is.
It's graphic, but not like super graphic. But like
Really.
as a
Like in
kid,
concept?
you shouldn't be watching it.
As a what, 7, 8-year-old?
No, not even 7, 8. I'm talking about maybe 5, 6.
5 or 6.
Me too,
I've been
me too.
watching Band of Brothers since I was 5. I've been watching
Yeah.
To be
Jay
fair,
and Silent Bob Strike Back since I was 5. So
yeah.
so like it makes sense that I've seen it, but like the fact that people consider that a family film, kinda,
Yeah.
it's kind of
I
insane.
mean, when I was a kid, I loved watching.
Watchmen.
I watched the third one so much.
As you can see, Lalo is the ultimate film bro, but had shit taste in music. Well, not music, but
Dang.
In movies. I watched the third one so much, and I loved it so much so that I have some of the quotes in folds of my brain.
Fun fact:
In the folds.
that's the only one they can watch on streaming services. They don't
Yeah.
have the Mummy 1 or Mummy 2. Hell,
Why?
number 3 isn't even on Peacock. It's
It's on Max.
It's on HBO Max. Fuck you, we're calling it the correct right name.
It's on HBO Max. They changed the goddamn name for the hopefully the last motherfucking time.
Watch. It's going to go
That'd be
a completely
Peacock.
full circle. It's going to be called
It's gonna go
HBO
to-
Now. HBO Now.
It's gonna go X.
No,
Again.
no. It's going to be
X.com.
it's going to be HBO Now, and then before they shut down the streaming service, it's going to be called HBO Go. Completely fucking tired around.
Basically.
Full circle. Full
Full
circle.
This is truth.
So yeah, but no, it was honestly like a really great film that I wanted to watch the sequels because I haven't seen it since my initial viewings as a kid. So like, I want to go back and rewatch some of those.
You don't have it
great
on
films.
Blu-ray or DVD?
I don't know. You see,
Knowing you,
you know how many films I have.
that's fair. You have more than me, and that's saying something.
But like there's that, so I'm like, okay, I want to watch The Mummy 2, unavailable on streaming. You can buy it or rent
Bruh.
it.
The fuck?
I'm like, I guess I'm not watching The
What can I
Mummy
do?
2 right now.
My hands are tied. Yeah.
And I'm not watching.
So you went
Mummy
straight to the
3.
Mummy 3.
No, I'm not watching The Mummy 3 until I've seen Mummy 2.
Why not? Oh man, okay, that's fair.
Why not?
That's fair.
That's the you know exactly why.
Oh well, that's fair.
Now with that is Lalo, how many books have you read besides Secret Wars, so you can keep on playing that off? You know
Okay,
you're not
so I
gonna hear
read-
the end of that. You know that, right?
I know. I read volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Invincible, but I already talked about volumes 1 and 2, so I read volume 3. And I also read I took a little personal day for myself, and I read God Country
Respectable.
because I love that story. It's one of my favorite stories of all time. And for those who don't know, God Country is a story of an old man who has Alzheimer's disease, and it makes him a very angry man. So like
I can see that.
through his own anger and hatred, he alienates everyone in his life. I think we talked about this in Stories with Issues. If you remember, Jens. Yeah.
We watched God. We read God Country together. Not read it, but
We covered God Country. Robert doesn't
covered God
remember
Country.
because he wasn't on that show. He wasn't
Yeah,
on
that was
that
about-
on that Stories with Issues
Why
episode.
are we talking about content that's in the vault?
Is it still on
Is
the
it in the
channel?
vault?
I'm pretty sure it's in the vault.
You can't watch God Country anymore? I think you
No,
can. I think
I because it's Bravo and you. Like,
Okay.
I didn't put it because it's.
Maybe it's not in the vault. I don't know.
yeah, God Country was great. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that's why I kept it because I know Jens is in it and Bravo is in it. So,
Yeah, I vibe with that story.
it's a very important story for me because it's about family and the things that are left unsaid. So,
Family.
me reading it, it was kind of like a therapy for me. Kind of like me grabbing that one friend who I haven't seen in a while and just hugging him. I also read Watership Down a little bit. Watership Down is a stupid book that I got because of actually. So
Actually,
So I started reading that, and that's gonna be my reading for the summer.
We're actually reading an actual book. Can you believe that? We're
It's
not reading
actually a
comic books.
novel. It's an actual novel. It's on my fucking.
Like it
It's
has,
on my. It's,
it
Actual
consists.
novel.
It consists of words, not just pictures with their speech bubbles.
and it has a little map on the front, kind of like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, it's a picture book then. No, I'm kidding.
It's a fucking map. Lord
Nope.
of the Rings has a map. Lord of the Rings
Exactly.
has a map.
Lord of the Rings
Do
is
you
a picture
consider
book.
the Lord of the Rings a book?
Do you
Yeah,
mind
it's a
if
picture book.
I'm gonna jump in a little bit because I've also been reading an actual book.
Yeah. I'll pull out my
What?
books while you're going for it.
I don't have the book in reach with me, but I have things I can't remember what exact title is. It's things I wish I knew. It's by a Fox News commentator, Dana Perino. She used to be a White House press secretary. So she has like these pretty much key points in her life. So it has like getting ready for the workforce, and it has a bunch of people like she's worked with giving advice. That's what I've been reading right now. But after that book, I bought I'm a big motorsports guy. In case you haven't seen, or
If you haven't
realized,
noticed somehow.
and I grew up watching NASCAR and Raise Hill and Praise Dale. I grew up always loving Dale Earnhardt Jr. just because it's the tradition. Every NASCAR fan is a Dale Earnhardt fan, and why not watch his son? I was like, again, little kid, go Dale Earnhardt Jr. Well, he also has a book out about the effects that racing has had on him, like physically with the concussions, because he's hitting the wall at 200 miles an hour. No amount of safety
Yeah.
device is going to keep you completely safe.
Yeah,
So-
you're going to splatter your
have
brain
a-
against people.
Yeah, so that's the book I have in line is his experiences dealing with the fact that
By the way, here's Watership Down.
Watership Down. Wow, that actually looks like a normal book. That's crazy.
Like, I got like this far ahead.
Hey, that's not bad.
I read it in class.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, that's
what it
the
is, huh?
book. I guess we're doing book challenges. I might as well just put my book out. Any other book challenges you've read, Lalo?
Alongside with this, which I'm gonna be, this is hopefully it's gonna be my reading for the whole summer because I'm about to leave work for the summer and get another job during the summer as well. Hell yeah!
Oh, because of you hit summer break.
Yeah, summer break is coming for my job. I work as a teacher assistant, and yeah, this is Watership Down. I'm reading this for the summer, along with I want to challenge myself to read all 25 volumes of Invincible.
Nice.
I keep on
As well as
I keep
as
on
well as I
telling
make
them to
my
just buy
costume.
the compendiums. Just buy the compendiums. It'd be easier.
No,
for you.
because because look, hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta do this.
Had to do it to him.
The reason I haven't read Spawn because it's so hard to maneuver. I can't read it. And the gutter is so
Sounds like you need to start lifting some weights, buddy.
it's really hard to maneuver. It's really hard to
On
handle.
weightlifting.
So like having this around, like carrying this around, it's really hard. The only time I've actually cracked Spawn open is for the Halloween special of Stories of Issues.
That no one
I-
saw.
Oof.
That no
was that
one
one when I was
saw.
gone? Was I here for that one?
But yeah,
No. That
no.
we did that during
I was here for
Watchmen.
witches.
We did that during
We were here
Watchmen
for
one.
witches. That one's on the vault, unfortunately.
That one's in the vault.
But yeah,
Vaulted.
I'm gonna buy all 25 volumes of Invincible,
Pop off.
and hopefully, as well as while I'm reading this, I'm gonna be also making my costume for Salt Lake City Comic Con,
Heck yeah.
which we are going to Salt Lake
Yeah.
City. We're gonna do a blog about it. I'm excited about that.
The fuck you
No.
mean we're doing a vlog? I was not
We're doing a
Salt-
blog now.
I was not gonna salty
tripping.
about that.
Isn't it officially called FanX or something?
Yeah.
It's FanX, but when I went there, like in 2017, it was Salt Lake City Comic Con.
Oh, yeah, it's essentially equivalent. Yeah.
So
But I read God Country. Yeah, so I brought God Country.
and
I
if-
bought
oh.
a volume I bought a trade paperback copy of Crossover, so I can
Crossover.
actually read him without damaging my signed copy by Don Cates. So I have
Yeah,
volume
you
one.
can
I have
familiar with
volume
that.
1 and I have volume 2, which are the same cover, just different coloring.
So
Peculiar.
as we near the end of this episode, I pose a question for the viewers down below. If you have made
Ooh.
it this far, first of all, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a great little
Jorge,
podcast.
I know you're watching, so hi. Thank you.
Um, so if you're on YouTube, make sure you answer this question down below. Does having a letterbox make you a film pro?
I say it doesn't. It's not a full requirement.
It's not required, but it does make you it. Like it's
It-
kind of like how
No, you can be a film bro and not have a letterbox. You can have a letterbox and not be a film bro. The whole point he's asking this is because he says I'm a film bro,
As you can see,
which I do collect a lot of physical media.
with how
I do collect a lot of physical media, and
defensive-
I'm very passionate
with
about
how
movies.
defensive he is about being called a film bro, do you think having a letterbox all is Lalo a film bro? That's what I'm pretty much proposing. I think he is. Jens, what's your verdict?
define film bro exactly, so I can be exactly sure.
Let me look up the definition right now. Give me a second. It's, right
as-
here.
As he's getting that ready, I have a few other things. We have housekeeping
I was
things pretty
actually
much.
looking it up.
I'm actually looking it up because I want to.
If
You
if
want
you
to know?
wanna talk
guys
about this.
enjoy this podcast, but say watching YouTube is kind of a problem for you because you don't have premium, so you can't watch it in the background on your devices. We're on Spotify now. It's a video podcast. It's just literally the same thing off of the YouTube slapped down into the Spotify.
Dang.
We're on Spotify now. It's gonna be linked down.
We're on
below.
Spotify.
Click the
Oh,
link
fucking
tree.
cool.
There's also videos coming out. Lalo, have you been doing your creative challenges I've been giving you? Have you?
Yeah, I do have a. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm writing scripts for a little review for Crossover and its connection to God Country. So yeah,
Okay, cool.
I'm filming that. On Friday. It should be up on Saturday.
Alrighty, perfect.
Nice.
So that's gonna be on your TikTok, but it should also pop
Yeah.
up on all of our creatives. So it should be on our Instagram,
And if
Reels.
let me know if you want it uploaded to YouTube as
Yes,
well.
yes, it's
It's
going.
a bit. It's a big script.
I think it would be good. Just
Yeah.
it'll be everywhere you can find short, not everywhere, the big 3 and short form video content. Thank you. I just appreciate you guys viewing. It's been a fun
I do.
month of
It's been fun having
content.
you guys around here.
Jens. I love the fact that again, keeping in tradition, you're not very much reactive. You're the mime of the podcast.
I
What happened
got
to
the
the box?
definition pulled out. I have the definition pulled out of a film bro.
Okay.
A film bro is a slang derogatory term for a male film fan who claims to understand and appreciate cinema whilst having a surface level grasp of mainstream movies.
Do you feel like you have a deep
So
understanding of cinema?
I do have a deeper. I try to look for a deeper meaning in movies, though.
You do try.
I do think.
You try.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the deep. He doesn't have the. He doesn't actually think he has a deep grasp though. That's the problem. I guess it's up to the comment
No,
section. to decide.
I have more than surface level, which is what I would. It immediately denies
like,
it right there. I have
Lalo-
more than surface grasp.
Lalo.
Oh, he claims to have it. He claims to have it.
You have a kiddie pool level of fucking knowledge.
Lalo is how about a beginner film bro? He's not all the way in. He's not like so committed that he's like.
Oh, so but the film bro is like, would you describe the red pill guys who are into cinema? I'm not that.
You have to be red pill for it.
Sounds like
Almost
you just-
broke a Funko Pop. Almost broke a Funko Pop.
Sounds like you just
With that
took
being
the fucking-
said-
Wait, are you telling me? Are you telling me you have to be like this film teaches us that women are objects? You have to be like that.
No.
Because you said
Yeah,
red
you
pill
have to be
and
that.
also
That is exactly what it is.
That's a
It's
film
like
bro.
it's the mansplaining. It's the mansplaining film guy.
That's not what the definition was there though. By that definition, you are.
So I'm gonna pull it up again. I'll pull it up again.
by the
Almost-
definition. Okay, no, we're not doing this. We can't do this all night. We're
Murder
recording
witches,
right now,
bro.
guys.
Yeah, we'll talk about this about Minecraft.
Yes.
Thank you all for watching. I'm Robert.
I hate
I'm
that.
James.
Don't do that.
I couldn't do a voice modulator, so I just pitched my voice up.
Hey boys, thank you for watching. God damn it! I already fucked it up. Never mind.
I'm Jens.
Thank you for
I'm
watching.
Jen.
Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and don't be afraid to share if you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, share this. It helps us a lot because on Spotify we're actually getting a lot of people hearing it.
Really? And don't do drugs.
Yeah.
But if you do drugs, do it with friends.
Actually, yeah. Actually, no, he has a
Yeah,
point.
because people, yeah, that way people can look over you, and you don't actually stick chips into the fridge.
Okay.
Just put the cat in the microwave. Why is the cat exploding?
What is this, postal? Alright, guys, wrapping it up. Thank you again for watching. Jens, don't get us off track. I'm Robert.
I'm Lalo.
And I am Jens.
And this has been
Thank you for watching.
Backlogged. Thanks.
This is the Avengers.